Welcome back, everybody, to the weekend show where I'll be doing technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please hit that like button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any other videos that I post. Now, what the market did today, well, everybody was excited. Oh, here you go. All time highs are here. And market just took a U-turn. Dow is down 0.51%, Nasdaq down 1.69%, S&P down just over 1%, Russell down 1.5%. 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500. You can see on top, leading the way, consumer defensive, consumer cyclical. That's because Tesla. And then look at everything else. Technology took a beating, down nearly 3%. Stock market map. What do we have here on stock market map? Well, you can see consumer defensive here, green, Tesla green, Amazon down nearly 2%, Google down 1, Meta down 1%. Broadcom took a massive beating. I mean, this is where the market took a beating, guys. Nvidia down over 3%, AMU down nearly 7, AMD down 5 almost. We got Broadcom going down 11.43%, Oracle down also 4.5, and Microsoft also took a beating, down just over 1%. Now, what do we have next week? Well, I want to focus right here. There's not much going on, especially Monday. Tuesday, we do have ADP employment, and then also we have non farm payrolls. Now, that's not the main thing. We do have on Thursday, we also have some retail sales on Wednesday, but Thursday, we do have CPI. And that's going to move the market. And then we have Michigan consumer sentiment that's coming out on Friday. Fear and greed index sitting right on 42. We're back on fear again. And now let's get right into Broadcom and see if we can find another opportunity, especially on that big mega cap stock. All right, so welcome back everybody to the show. And you guys saw that I'm actually renaming and rebranding the entire channel because we talk about Wall Street all the time. And this is the best name that I can come up with, Wall Street Market Insight. Because it's not about EK, it's not about me, it's about the market, right? And the market, it's Wall Street, right? We talk about Wall Street, stocks, stock analysis, entrepreneurship, and educational and all that. So I think rebranding is the right thing to do right now, and it's all about Wall Street. So that's why we came up with this name, and I hope you guys like it. But I'm still here. It's not like my channel is for sale and somebody bought it. Nothing like that. So let's get right into Broadcom. So mega dump off today, guys. This thing is down. I mean, you can see 11.43%. It was down, I think, 13, 14%. Came down to where? Well, this previous rejection acting as a support around that 357 mark. It went slightly under and it came back up, now trading at almost 360. So come Monday morning, if this thing wants to drop even more, you can see, I mean, there is a huge gap down here. 357 does not hold. We can come down and retest bottom of this channel right here, which could be around 325, 330. And that's a long way down from here. Now we get some sort of a rally come Monday. Maybe we get to see Broadcom going back up to 373, and that could be an opportunity to play this if this thing stays over 357 back up to the upside. Now, yes, we left a huge gap open here today at 394, 395. So if this thing wants to move, first of all, we need to get over 373, and then only then we can talk about more upside, possibly going back up to 387, and then this gap. But today, definitely looks like there might be more selling. So if you're buying here, be careful because it can come down another $30 or even more. And then you can buy it even cheaper. It's a big name. So if it's coming down, I would welcome that. And then we can buy when it gets to a lower level like 325, maybe even down to this gap at some point. But if you're playing this, this could be a play just to close the gap, as long as the key word here, as long as you can hold the support 357. Otherwise, don't play, don't even try it. See if this thing comes down a little bit more. Maybe bottom of these candles right here, this channel. I mean, if you draw a box here, you'll see this channel here. I don't have it here, but this is the bottom here. So 325, 324, that would be the next area of support to watch this thing if you're going long on Broadcom. So on Netflix is actually up on the day 1.17%. And here I have the weekly chart, and you can see we got a lower wick here on this candle. So the buyers actually stepped in here. You can see previous rejection here on the weekly time frame, now actually acting as a support. Now, if we go back to this daily time frame, we had a pretty decent rally today, all the way back up to almost to this high 97. Not exactly, but it was really close to it. And then the market was selling off. So guess what? The stock sold off a little bit, but it's still green on the day. So on the weekly time frame, so far this critical level holding and the buyers are showing up. So come Monday morning, if this thing somehow gets over 97, and this is actually on an hourly time frame, you can see it on hourly. 97 is an area where this thing cannot get over. If we can get over 97, it's going back up to possibly 100 or even higher. But next week we have to watch if this thing pulls back again, does not hold 94, we might be coming down to like 92 once again. And that's where, I mean, this thing is finding a lot of buyers. Now, this thing is also getting a bit oversold. I mean, it's been selling off for a couple of weeks now. Since earnings came out, since this bear flag pattern, I mean, it sold off aggressively here, all the way down to almost 93, 92. So Netflix, I still think the best opportunity, especially if you're playing long. And if this thing gets over 97, you will see in the short term 100 to even maybe 106. That could be coming going into New Year. On Nvidia, stock is down 3.27%. And what are we getting here on Nvidia? Exactly what I have here on my screen. We had this bear flag pattern and it actually broke down significantly today. And what is the next support? You can see this rejection. Then we came back in. This was support, and so far holding that 174 to 175. So going into Monday morning, if this thing somehow gaps down below 174, we could be retesting this low down here, 169 to 170, and who knows, maybe we will take out this low. Now, yes, a lot of people are posting, and that's why I'm not even talking about it, because when a lot of people are showing the same thing, usually, sometimes it just not gonna play out. We have left shoulder, head, or a double top in the right shoulder. Yes, that is a head and shoulder pattern, but how many times we have seen that on Nvidia, but it does not, really work. So Nvidia, definitely watch this level, key level 174. But if this thing rises back up, then watch out for a move back up to especially 180, and then this key zone has to break for more upside. You can see multiple rejection at 194. If we can get over that, then there will be more upside, and perhaps it's going to go up to this gap at some point. It's going to be around 205 on Nvidia. Microsoft is down 1%. So I want to show you guys something on Microsoft. What the heck is going on here? Definitely, I mean, this thing is not really going anywhere for past couple days. What we got here on Microsoft, if you look at my screen, you're just trading inside this, box or this range. The bottom of this range is around 472, and the top of the range here is around 490, 492. We can say 490 here. So is this thing gonna break out, or there's possibly more downside? Now you can also call this some sort of a bear flag that is forming just like it did right here. So what is next right here on Microsoft? I think if this thing somehow gets over 492, you can see rejection, 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 multiple rejection. We can close the gap 486, and it was trying. Yesterday we had a little pop and then faded. Today, I mean, it faded all the way below the support 480. and we got a doji type candle. So come Monday morning, if this thing gets over 480, we might get to see a move up to these moving averages 485 to 486, and then the gap fill at 488. But if this thing remains below 480, watch out for more dump off down to 473, and then heading towards that 465 to 462 bottom of this range and the support. And that's a strong support because we have lower Bollinger Band also sitting at 465.89 on Microsoft. And here's my X account. And if you guys are on there, definitely give me a follow. And there is no subscription, nothing. And quickly, I want to share some trade ideas with you guys that we took recently and we locked in profit. But first of all, especially, I think he's a follower here on X as well. And you can see, I mean, this was really nice. And I don't mean to take anybody's money or anything, especially when it comes to profit, guys. Some people think that when you post these things like, oh, somebody's gonna take your money. So he just joined a couple days ago, and this is the result, which is really good. Look at this, 15 grand out of Dow Jones. Then we got Microsoft calls that I called out a few days ago. We sold yesterday on that pump. Apple puts that I called out, and you can see that we talked about it before in my video. 10 grand, and then these are Microsoft calls again that he took profit. So for 3 weeks, that's a lot of money, but that's not what I'm going to actually guys show you guys. This was even better. This was Friday today, and we just made a killing. Especially Nvidia, we had calls from yesterday, we sold. Google, you can see Google, we took profit. Microsoft, SMH, we had puts. Baidu, we had puts on it a few days ago where this thing had a gap up and go, and just had a fantastic week. This was me early morning. You can see we had a little bit of dip, and then that's because Dow was going up, hitting a brand new all-time high. And then what happened? Boom! Everything skyrocketed right there. We also took those Google puts, and it was really good profit, pretty much entire week. So that's why if you're really serious about trading and you want to do this full time, only serious people. If you're not serious, you're just watching this video and you think that, oh, these people actually made money, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the same thing, but you're not serious, then just ignore this video. But if you're serious, guys, there's the link to join the Patreon right here. You can click on it. You can join the Discord community right here, which is totally free, but this is going to unlock lots of trade ideas. So if you're really serious about trading, guys, go ahead and check it out on Patreon. And it's just a fantastic way to get started and start making money here in this market. But if you're not serious and this is like your side gig or just a part-time trader, maybe this is not the thing that you want to watch or you want to join, because this is what I do. I do not work for anybody. Trade, eat, sleep, and trade again. That's all I do. I don't work for anybody for past couple years. Trading is my only thing that I do, and that's why when it comes to trading, there is lots of trade ideas. Now, people will say, "Well, don't you have any loser?" Of course, there is going to be a loser at some point. One, two, three losers, but then you go and win seven, eight trades, and now you do the math, guys. So everybody, nobody is perfect. Everybody has losers, but we win the most. On Apple, stock is absolutely flat on that day. Now, unfortunately, I did share that play a couple of days ago with you guys right here. I don't have it anymore because we sold, took profit on it. Pretty much at the top, near the top, I would say, we shorted Apple. And what happened yesterday, I did not cover all these big names. Look at what it came down to, 273. That's why if your position is red after getting something, and you just panic and sell it, it's not going to work. You got to buy time, especially when it comes to options. You got to buy time. You cannot just play 0DTs, weeklies, or week out. It's just not going to work for you all the time. You're going to lose more money because these options like weeklies or week out, or 1DT, 2DT, when it comes to like ETFs, these are designed so they can actually make money off of you. That's why I rarely buy these. Sometimes, yes, out of profit, I'll play those, but I'm not gonna go and put all my money uh, just to double my money. All my money. I meant all my money. So that's it's just crazy, how those are designed to take money from retail traders and investors. And there are some people out there, they just play earnings. So Apple here, so far, what I'm seeing here that it's looking weak. All-time highs was hit, and now just consolidating here for past couple days. There are some buyers showing up, especially on Thursday session, but it's over 277, so it's respecting and so far holding that 277. Even day before yesterday was holding here. So Apple here 277 gives up. We might be coming down here, and we did almost 272. That gives up. It would come down to 268 and then 264, 265 to close the gap. To the upside, there will be strong resistance at 280. If we can clear that, then we're heading back into blue skies once again. We'll talk about that once we get there. On Meta, it's down 1.30%. So I don't know what happened here. This is a glitch on Webull. You can see the high of the day was 711. I mean, I don't know if it went there. 711. I don't know when that happened, guys. So just ignore that. We got a massive candle. We got a massive wick on top, and looks like it sold up. But I don't think we went there. Let me know if I'm actually wrong or this has actually happened during the trading session. I don't think that's the case. I think this is a glitch. But let's just get started. So Meta here, you can see came down multiple times yesterday and today, Friday around that 638, and so far after filling that gap, respecting and holding. Now if this support gives up, that opens the door for a move down to the 20-day, which is going to be another strong support, 632. And then we have a gap down here at 616. So that is the next stop to the downside. So far, holding and respecting 638. If that holds, we might see a push back up to 654, 664. And once we get above that level, we can talk about more upside, and that can happen Monday night. I don't want to give you guys some fake hopes that, oh, it's going to go to 700 come Monday, and then this thing is trading at 616. So let's see what it does. I think these levels are enough for next week, especially this 20-day moving average 632, and below that 616.70, this gap, and to the upside 654 and 664, and maybe even the 50-day you can watch as right here is showing at 667.46 as a resistance. On AMD, it's down 4.81%. So, one thing, guys, I mean, I'm actually doing more stocks than even before. I added Broadcom, but what's up with the likes? And I know a lot of people are still watching, and it only takes like 3 seconds, to hit a like button. You just have to put an effort because, especially when it comes to YouTube, I'm not doing this for YouTube money. I think I should share one day like what they pay for these videos. That's not why these videos are coming out. This channel is fully funded by myself and these Patreon that are serious and trading and making money. YouTube, I do not care. They don't pay anything. They just get my message out, right? That's the only thing. So hitting that like button, that is the only thing that's going to at least, give me something in return that, okay, I made the video, I wasted 3, 4 hours making it. Sometimes, the mic don't work or there's like crappy mic and you don't want to make another one, like the other day, it's crappy, right? So, these things actually take a lot of the time. But when you see people are liking and hitting the like button, actually, not just watching and, doing something else, you want to give more, you want to do more. So, I would really appreciate if there is actually more likes in this video. And there are a few people, and I appreciate you guys. You guys notice that this is actually a really underrated channel. Why? Well, the good things, YouTube never try to, they don't try to advertise good thing. They would go and advertise somebody big like Mr. Beast because they're making money off of them, right? If I start making money, you know, it's just not, a good thing because they're gonna put less focus on Mr. Beast or somebody, big enough, that has millions of subscribers than myself. So They want to focus on the big, being a big guy, and that's why it's underrated. It's always like that, which I don't really mind. But I think at least people that are watching, if they put an effort, hit that like button. That's all I need, and that's all I appreciate. So thank you so much. AMD, just like Nvidia, breaking down from the bear flag, and you can see, I mean, this thing looks like we might be closing the gap come early morning. 206.58. That does not hold at the gap fill reversal. We might be going down to 198 and possibly even into this gap. Like I said before, that I think AMD is heading down to this gap at some point, and looks like it's gonna get there, whether you like it or not, because that's how it's playing out. Semis, especially SMH, was close to all-time high last week when Jay Powell came out. Right, we saw the massive rally, and now it's pulling back. So it's normal. It's nothing new. These things will go back up. There will be rotation into these, big names again. But as of right now, it looks really bad, and it can go down even more. On Tesla stock, it's up 2.70%, but look at what happened. It got up to almost 464, got rejection, came back down to 441. So Tesla, that's why I don't like to trade this name, especially when it's trading up here. I don't like shorting it. I don't like buying calls. I don't get what wells are buying. It's just too expensive and too risky to play this thing. Just watching the flow and say, oh, they bought millions, billions, trillions worth of calls. Let's just go in. That's not me. I don't do that. So Tesla, there is still, in my view, no trades, no long, no short. Just watch it, you know. And if you want to get burned, yeah, go ahead and have at it. Go ahead and trade this, right? Tesla 664 breaks, then you're going to see 464 breaks, then you're going to see 474, and then possibly into 500s. If this thing comes back, 448 will be a key level of support. Underneath that, right down here, the 50-day moving average now sitting at 435.58, and then we have support at 432. Also, the 20-day at 428 almost. So these levels will act as a strong support on Tesla. We do have some high volume today, so maybe we get to see a breakout come Monday, because Tesla likes to run Monday. And if this thing wants to run, maybe gaps over 464. But the Bollinger Band not fully extended, so I don't know how far it can go. Maybe up to this high, but at that point, it's gonna get really overbought, especially when it comes to the Bollinger Band on top. On Amazon, stock is down 1.78%. So Amazon took a big hit today, and looks like it came all the way down to 225 and barely moved up. It's below all the moving averages right here, 229, and looks like it's heading down to that gap, which can happen come early Monday morning. 223, 222, that's going to be the gap fill reversal here as a support. You need to watch Monday morning. But if it goes under that level, it could be coming down to 218 and then 215. To the upside, resistance will be at 229. All these moving averages stacked up here. So that's going to be a big one to break. But if we can get over that, maybe gaps over that, then watch out for a move all the way back up to this gap, 233 and then 236 on Amazon to the upside. On Google, stock is down 1%. So Google, what I was saying last couple days, people are posting bull flag, and I was saying that Google is going to come down. You're going to see 309. If that gives up, maybe it comes down to 303. Well, we didn't get quite down to 303, but it was good enough for my puts to get paid. And a lot of people that actually follow me, they also got paid on this play. We still have some runners. So I think this thing is definitely on its way down to this gap, and it's going to happen. So today 307, that's where we took profit, and then this thing went back up, but it's below, especially this key support 314 I was holding. And look at today, it went to 316, but rejection came back and never went back over 314. So it looks like a reversal pattern here. If this thing does not get over 314, we have the 5-day also coming down now. Then watch out for this 20-day to break, which is at 309 and bottom of this candle as well. If that breaks 309, it's heading towards that gap right here, 303.96 right here on Google, and then maybe even a flat 300 can come next week. End of the week, that could be a possibility, especially with CPI. If it's actually bad, you're going to see a lot of selling in the market.